Tourism officials have urged community jazz organizers to leverage the distinctive characteristics of their regions to personalize their events. The government broadened the community jazz events for the 2025 festival, with Miku hosting its first jazz at the scenic Point Vierge. Culture and Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire advocated for the increased inclusion of local talent and arts in the community jazz events.
And maybe not just one day of music, maybe a number of days, including the arts, the visual arts, the performing arts, to be part of it. We want St. Lucia to become a creative space for those 2 weeks. We do not want the festival to just be a musical experience. We want it to be a broader creative experience. So a lot more support will be given to the CDF. In terms of growing the arts component. We want to see in the communities the spoken word coming out, the artists having their exhibitions. We want to see the performing groups coming out, the dance groups in the communities coming out. We want to see more of the arts coming to the fore. We want to see more local talent in terms of music coming to the fore. We noticed this year there were quite a lot of musical bands, especially from the south, how we can get more of the local bands to come to the fore. So we have some objectives we'll be setting for next year and for us to really be pushing that agenda.
Dr. Hilaire clarified that the Jazz and Arts Festival should not solely emphasize one aspect of the arts, but instead evolve into a creative platform where local artists can also gain.
It's about marketing for St. Lucia still. It's about bringing in numbers still. But it's also developmental for our creatives, to develop our orange economy, to develop the creatives of St. Lucia. It's also an economic empowerment mechanism where communities now are building their own event economy in a sense. The small businesses, the community itself gets an opportunity to earn some money. So that the whole role is growing in terms of the role that it plays in our national development. So it's not a simple dollar sense. So when we start talking about, tweaking it and building it, the festival must not remain static as a music festival. It must grow into a creative space in St. Lucia.
The ministry further noted that attendees should be drawn to the Jazz and Arts Festival not only for the music but also for the complete experience.
Everybody knows St. Lucia, the first 2 weeks of May, is one of the most creative places you can be in the Caribbean, whether for spoken word, whether for art exhibition, whether it's for performing arts, whether it is for visual arts, whether it is for the music itself. All of that must become part of the festival. So the attraction now is that you're not just going to St. Lucia because there is music on a weekend. You're going to St. Lucia because there's a whole creative experience. Some people may not even stay for the music really, but they came because there's some performance. Just think about it. People who love Broadway and the West End, if we can put on a major theatrical production in St. Lucia during those 2 weeks, we shouldn't remove the music. We should broaden the experiences that people have. So people might come just for that production. They might come just for this. Different demographics we'll be bringing in, and I think that's how we see it. So it's about those different elements that you're going to bring in to make it successful.
Despite issues with traffic management and access to the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival events, Minister Hilaire lauded the concert as the largest in its history, both in terms of the number of events and attendance. Joachim Duplessis, HDS News Force.